Moving back to phase 2 is going to hurt some local businesses.
And the quarantine strikes again. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening. I'm Zygmunt Soroka.
And I'm Asia Farrington. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Whitman County will be pushed back to phase 2 as of April 16th and is expected to remain that way for the next 3 weeks. Local restaurants, gyms, and entertainment establishments will return to 25% capacity as a result. The state has eased some restrictions on spectator events, so high school graduations and sporting events are still allowed to continue with masks and social distancing.
We go live in the field with our Murrow News 8 reporter, Christian Garza, who has more information about in-person classes and phase 2. Christian?
Thanks, Asia. So yes, I am here in the WSU campus where it was earlier today they talked about having classes despite being in phase 2. They were saying that representatives from WSU were actually okay with having classes in person because they have the public's best interest in mind when they thought about this decision in general. First, they started talking to the Greek life leaders who initially put another hold on their events to kind of monitor social events in the community. As of tomorrow, Washingtonians above the age of 16 will be available to get the vaccine, and WSU encourages everyone to get the vaccine. Live in the field, I'm Christian Garza. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Christian. Starting next week, Pullman farmers will be distributing food to families in need. Last summer, the government set up a program to distribute USDA food boxes to food insecure individuals. Pullman Farmers to Families will be distributing United States Department of Agriculture food boxes to families in need from 12 to 2 p.m. on April 21st at Emmanuel Baptist Church.
In other local food distribution news, the Pullman Colfax Quarantine is back at it again. This time, the organization will be providing free meals from Valhalla Bar and Grill in Pullman on Thursday. 30 free meals will be available first come, first served starting at 5 p.m.
Council members are rescheduling the decision to annex more than 48 acres of land into the city of Pullman. Pullman residents are concerned that the land would become another space for apartments. Frank Motley and Bob Perdue applied to annex the land into the city of Pullman, but if the city council denies the proposal, Motley and Perdue can submit a development application, removing the council from being involved. The council will meet again on April 27th.
Idaho authorities are looking for 3 children. The Gem County Sheriff's Office is looking for 17-year-old Tristan Connor Sexton, who has been missing since September 10th, 2020, 14-year-old Taylor Summers, who has been missing since October 19th, and 8-year-old Taryn Summers, who was last seen on Monday. All 3 were last seen in the small border town of Emmett, Oregon. The case is under investigation, and anybody with information should call the Sheriff's Office immediately.
The judge for Derek Chauvin's murder trial denies a defense request to acquit the former officer in George Floyd's death. The acquit was denied due to rejecting claims that prosecutors failed to prove Chauvin's action in fact killed George Floyd. The defense hasn't said if Chauvin will be taking the stand. Police officers are allowed certain latitude to use deadly force when someone puts the officer or other people in danger. Legal experts say a key issue for the jury will be whether Chauvin's actions were reasonable in those specific circumstances.
Kim Potter, the former Minnesota police officer who fatally shot Dante Wright, a 20-year-old black man, after appearing to mistake her handgun for her taser, will be charged with second-degree manslaughter. A prosecutor announced today, following 3 nights of protests and riots over the killing, the planned charge against Potter comes a day after she and the police chief both resigned from the Brooklyn Center Police Department. As of an hour ago, Potter posted bail and has been released from custody, according to Hennepin County Jail records.
Riots broke out in Seattle and Portland as Portland police declared a riot for the second night in a row. In Seattle, 3 people are facing charges after defacing public property outside of the Seattle Police Department. In Portland, a crowd of 100 people marched through Kenton Park to the Portland Police Association office, where fires were ignited. The crowd then launched fireworks at the building. The crowd eventually left after a few arrests were made. The incident lasted less than 30 minutes.
President Biden made a big announcement regarding U.S. troops this afternoon.
And distribution of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine has come to a halt. Find out more when we return.
Bernie Madoff, the mastermind of the largest Ponzi scheme in history, has died in prison at the age of 82. The Federal Bureau of Prisons confirmed the death as of Wednesday. The cause of death is still being determined by medical examiners. Madoff passed away at the Federal Medical Center in Butner, North Carolina.
President Biden announced the end of America's longest war. Biden said that the troops will leave Afghanistan by September 11, 2021, deeming the prolonged and intractable conflict in Afghanistan no longer aligned with American priorities. Biden said the withdrawal will begin on May 1st, in line with an agreement former President Donald Trump's administration made with the Taliban. Some U.S. troops will remain to protect American diplomats, though officials have declined to provide a precise number.
Top medical agencies in the U.S. are recommending a pause in using the single-dose Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine to investigate reports of potentially dangerous blood clots. This recommendation comes a day after the CDC and the FDA said they had received reports of unusual clots in 6 women that occurred 6 to 13 days after vaccination. The clots were found in veins that drain blood from the brain, and all 6 cases were in women between the ages of 18 and 48. There are currently 9 million doses of the J&J vaccine in circulation within the U.S. awaiting administration. And is it time to break out the sunglasses for good, Vonne?
Yes, it is, Sigmund. Hi, everyone. My name is Vonne, and I've got the weather for today. It has been absolutely gorgeous, and thankfully the sun is going to be sticking around for a while. Today we have a high of 61, a low of 36, but something to watch out for is this 20-mile-per-hour wind. I recommend bringing out a light jacket if you're going outside because the wind is really going to make it seem like the sun isn't even there. I do want to feature some viewer submissions that we've gotten today. We have Alan L. enjoying the sun from Terraview Drive, and then Chloe G. and Ellie E. enjoying the beautiful Palouse sunshine from Maple Street. For tomorrow, the sun is going to be a little bit warmer and the wind is going to taper off a bit. We're going to have a high of 65, a low of 39. And another thing to stress for tomorrow is this 6 a.m. sunrise, which means days are getting longer and longer and we're getting closer to summertime. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the conditions across the state. I don't even think there's a cloud anywhere because we've just got a whole lot of sun. Temperatures, we've got highs in the upper 60s and then even 70 in Yakima, and then our lows are in the mid 40s. And then let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. I'm going to step off the screen and let you guys take a peek at that. What I really want to stress is this warming trend that we've got that's going to take us all the way into the weekend, and then we're going to have a high of 71 on Sunday. Back to Monday, we are going to be dipping down in the temperatures a little bit, and we're going to have a high of 62. That's all I've got for you guys. Enjoy the sun. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Vonne. I'm really excited about that weather on Saturday. And the Cougs had to abruptly end their game against Gonzaga yesterday.
And the Mariners had their doubleheader yesterday. Were they able to win? Find out when we return.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You, your plumber.
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker.
On your left.
Your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Hi guys, here with your sports. So this Tuesday, the Washington State and Gonzaga baseball game was much more than a final 9-0 score. Gonzaga freshman catcher Stefan Lund suffered a serious leg injury while sliding into second base. Lund was kept on the field before an ambulance arrived. During this time, the two teams decided what would happen next, and they decided to call the game. Kyle Singer, the veteran at third baseman, has been one of the best hitters in baseball this year so far, especially when his team needs him most. Singer gave the Mariners a lead that they did not lose against the Orioles in a victory of 4-3. Over his last five games, he's got 10 hits in the 18 at-bats with 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 9 RBIs compared to a 3-for-20 showing in his first 5 games this season. Back to you guys at the desk. Thank you.
Thanks, Pamela. will.i.am just released a pricing new product that is rather smart.
We'll have that when we return.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Former member of the Black Eyed Peas, will.i.am, has unveiled a fancy face mask. He teamed up with the N95 manufacturer Honeywell and created a $300 mask that has noise-canceling headphones. The mask has Bluetooth capabilities. It also has 7 hours of battery life and magnetic earbud charging. Would you buy it, Asia?
Honestly, if I had $300 lying around, that sounds like a pretty good deal to me, especially 7 hours of battery life. Like, that's pretty good for any earphones.
Do you think because of the Bluetooth it can sync up to your Apple Watch?
Maybe, possibly.
Maybe tell you how much CO2
so.
you're breathing out?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, well, thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/mn8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night, everyone.